I'm Sonic Kim, America's face of dating, and I'm very excited because I love talking about how to make her want you. And today I'm going to be giving you 3 very simple ways to make her see you as different from all the rest. And she's going to be chasing you like the kid chases the ice cream truck on a hot summer day. So make sure you stay to the end because I'm also going to be giving you one tip that most men are doing wrong when talking to girls. I was talking to my girlfriend. She was telling me how, she's doing this channel, this YouTube channel with her twin sister for women who want to get in shape, right? And she's just at the gym. She goes to the gym with her twin sister and they do film in there. They get the workouts and they just want to go there, get the film, do their workout and leave, right? But every single time there's guys that are just clawing and chewing and gnawing just to get to them, just to talk to them like it's fucking World War Z up in here. But they said that the other day specifically, some of these guys weirded her out more than the usual zombie-like behavior. And so these 2 guys come up to my girlfriend while the twin is working out, while she's not, while she's filming, and they come up to her and they go, I think I know what the difference is between you and your twin, which, I mean, it would catch my attention too if I was a twin and someone came up to me, I was like, well, I know the difference between, because usually people see twins as like a package deal, right? So they go up to my girlfriend, they're like, I think I know what the difference between you and your twin is. And she's like, okay, what is that? And they go, you have a bigger ass than your twin. So for a lot of men, they will ask themselves, how do I get this girl to want me? If they're not asking themselves that consciously, then they're asking themselves that subconsciously. And that right there is the point. My friend was talking to me the other day, and he asked me, he's like, how do I become a better man? And I asked him, and this is advice I give to a lot of people, is that if you ask yourselves a question and you come up empty-handed, for example, how to become a better man, and you can't think of anything, then you need to ask yourself the duality of that question, which means that instead of asking yourself how to become a better man, ask yourself, what can I do right now to become a worser man? And then you're going to come up with answers like, hit the snooze button on my alarm, go to Target and take a bite out of the fruits there and then put it back in the shelf, or which I may or may not have done. Or, when you use up the toilet paper, don't put a new roll in the toilet paper. So you start getting answers like that, and then it helps you get to the answer that you're really seeking. And so for a lot of men, they'll ask themselves, going back to my original point, they'll ask themselves, how do I get this woman to want me? Instead of asking yourself that question, you should ask yourself, how do I make this girl not want me? How do I push her away? And especially, this is tip number 1 for men, is that a lot of these men, they make her feel very uncomfortable. She was telling me after she told these guys to F off, basically, that she was in her car ready to drive home, and these 2 guys came back up to her while she was in her car. And that's tip number 2 right here, is that, well, kind of tip number 2, but making a girl feel uncomfortable, she starts to associate and link your face to that feeling, and it only pushes her away and separates you from her way faster and way quicker. And so these guys, they came up to her in her car, which is something you should never do. And let me give you this example here. So a lot of guys who are in the club and they're trying to get a girl to like them, the girl will be in the corner of the club and the guys will go up and they will face her in the corner. But what does that do for her? What is the animal instinct in that scenario? Is that she has no escape. If my girlfriend was locked in her car and these guys are coming up to her car, my girlfriend was feeling trapped in her car. So it made her feel very uncomfortable subconsciously. And that instinct came out where she's like, what could happen? Like, I'm trapped here. Like, I have no way out. And so one other tip for guys that are talking to girls in the club is that you should put yourself in the corner, or yourself in, if you're sliding into a booth, put yourself in the booth where you can't get out of the booth and put her on the outside, because this makes her feel free. And also it makes her feel like she's the one who's chasing you, who's coming onto you. Like, she's like getting you into the corner, right? Because she wants you. So she subconsciously tells herself, like, I have him in the corner, like I have him where I want him because I'm pursuing him. So it makes her subconsciously, that makes the frame of that entire interaction that she's chasing you is where you want her to ultimately be. A lot of men, they will come to me and they're like, how do I text or how do I talk to a girl and basically talk to her like a little bit sexual, but not come off as a total creep? And so you can actually go to my email newsletter sign up box on my website, and you get a lot of free products. And one of those products is the Misdirection Perfection file, where I discuss with you a lot of tips and tricks to make her spark desire with you. And some of these include, one example for basically telling a girl that you're attracted to her, but not coming off as a fucking creep, is if you just tell her the truth. Be like, yeah, like you're very attractive, but, and just like it's casual conversation, just say, yeah, you're very attractive, but I'm looking for like a girl who isn't only just attractive, but like someone who fits with me perfectly, right? So it's like you tell her that she's attractive, you pull her in, but then you push her away with like, yeah, but I'm looking for this. So it's like, yeah, you meet these qualifications, but like, are you this? And then she's gonna so slowly, subconsciously start to try to qualify herself to you so that she is that kind of girl, that she is the best fit for you if she's really attracted to you. Another way that's really funny on the Misdirection Perfection file that I told you about is that when she's walking away, you can like look to your friend, like casual like this, and like say it pretty loudly, but you could be like, man, I hate to see her go, but I love to watch her leave. And she'll probably turn around, she'll give you the look, right? And it really sparks that sexual tension, that desire. She knows you're looking at her ass. That's where you're basically telling her, I find you sexy, I find you attractive, but you're not directly being like, damn, you got a bigger ass than your twin, right? I've already given you a lot of value in this video, but I want to end it with one special tip. And that is the fact that it's what I'm doing basically right in this very moment. And so a lot of girls, every single girl, they find indifference attractive. And so I remember once when I was dating one of the top DJs in the world, and basically, like we would go to private pool parties and we would have our fun, but she was talking to celebrities and she was talking to men that, have way more followers than me, right? Or men that have way more subscribers than me, and men that have higher status than me. And a lot of men, if they're put in that situation with a girl like that, then they tend to become very insecure, very jealous, they're very held back, and then they bring it up to her later, they're just like, why were you talking to that guy? And they start like throwing up all their insecurities on her. But she looked at me one day after she got done talking to, it was some like pro football player, and she came back to me at this pool party and she looked at me, she's like, you know what, like I find it so fucking hot that like you can see me talking to other guys and like you don't get jealous and upset about that. And one of the best things that you can say to her to really build that deep rapport with her, here's some more value for you, is that when she says something like that and when she compliments your indirectness and indifference, you can look back at her and be like, you know what, like I can tell just from that comment that you've dated some jealous, some insecure men. And let me just tell you right now that that's not me. Like, I'm not going to get upset. Like, I know that you have your friends and I have my friends. And, part of like being with somebody is letting them feel free. And she loved that. She was like, holy shit, like this man is different from all the rest. And so that's probably like 3 or 4 or 5 now, simple ways to make her see you as different from all the rest of the men out there. If you need help with your attraction skills or your dating skills, your relationship skills, the quickest way to get a hold of me is to go to my website and book a paid coaching session with yours truly so we can really help you on your path to becoming the more attractive man that you always dreamed of. Or if you're not sure about that, then you can always buy my book, jump into my book and read it, where I discuss details and techniques and methods in there to improve your confidence, improve your self-esteem, really stuff to say to women, lies to say to women that make them more attracted to you. On that note, I'm Son of Kim, America's face of dating, and I'll see you next time.